What up, guys? 10 reasons why I quit Uber and went to DoorDash. Not personally me, but that was an article in the RideShare Guy. And I'm going to give my input on that. You know, you guys know I started my journey with Uber rideshare first, then transitioned to more full-time DoorDash. I'm going to give my opinion as to this news article, the 10 reasons. If that's interesting to you, continue watching. So this is Pedro, DoorDash Santiago, back at you with the RideShare Guy. Let's get right into these 10 topics, 10 reasons. Can you guys relate? What do you guys think? Put them in the comments below. Let's go. Now, regardless or whatever reason you use these apps, whether it's rideshare or shopping or food delivery, we're all doing it to make money, whether it's part-time, full-time, reaching our goals, right? So obviously better or more tips. That's the number one reason. A lot of us are going to go from Uber, rideshare, or any rideshare, Lyft as well, to food delivery. With Uber rideshare, somebody gets in your car, you don't know if they're going to tip you. They're not obligated to tip you. They do get a prompt asking if they'd like to tip, but at the end of the day, they might not. With food delivery, you can see if there's a tip on that order. You take your base pay, and 99% of the time, you're going to see and know if the customer tipped you before you take the order. Now, DoorDash does hide tips. Uber hides tips on offers that are more than $11. But at the end of the day, you can make a little bit more informed decisions on whether or not that customer is tipping you and if you want to do business with that person. With rideshare, you have no idea until after you complete that trip. The second reason is a main reason I think in the last year and a half, 2 years, there's been a big shift from rideshare to food delivery. Less COVID exposure. When you got people in your car during a pandemic, a lot of customers don't want to wear masks. They don't wear it properly. You're exposing yourself to more possible safety issues with health. When you're delivering McDonald's or Chick-fil-A, you got a bag in the car. That's it. The limit with customers is very minimal compared to rideshare. Reason number 3, know to be paid up front mostly. Now, we just talked about DoorDash and Uber. They do hide tips, but most of the time you're going to know what you're going to get paid up front. Plus, if you're really good at it, you can know how to find hidden tips. Check my channel out for that. Anyways, with Uber, right, at least in my experience, unless you're a diamond or platinum, you don't know the direction it's going. You don't know how far the trip is. So if you're Uber Pro and you're just starting out, right, it'll just say 2 miles away, and it gives you a little roadmap of where that customer is. You get there, you have no idea where they're going. So you don't know if that's a $3 fare going around the block. You don't know if it's taking you an hour away, maybe paying you $50, $60. You have no idea. No clue. With the food delivery apps, you do have an idea of what that upfront pay is going to be. Number 4, fewer miles on your vehicle. You have more control with food delivery apps because it tells you exact miles. It tells you McDonald's 1.7 miles paying $6. Boom. You know that that's 1.7 miles. With the rideshare apps, it can take you all around your city, your town. Pay could be good sometimes, right? But you don't have as much control with the miles. And miles is money. With gas prices on the rise steadily over the last, year, that's a big expenditure is gas. It's one of our biggest, right? You have more control with the food delivery apps than you do rideshare when it comes to mileage. Number 5. This one's kind of funny. McDonald's never throws up in my back seat. This is true. I've never had somebody throw up in my back seat. I have had some babies in the back seat do some things. I've had crazy customers in the back. I've had somebody almost possibly throw up. Never happened, but I'm sure it's happened to plenty of y'all. McDonald's don't throw up. Worst thing you can have with a food is if you don't properly store that bag or you don't properly store that drink, that could tip over, but that's on you. We can control that kind of stuff. Can't control picking up a drunk customer that might throw up. Reason number 6, good segue. No drunk or rude people. Most customers are good people. In my rideshare experience, I've met some awesome people. Taking people to work, people from out of town, people just trying to have a good night, going to dinner, date night, whatever, right? Awesome people. But the ones that tend to stick out are the ones that are rude. Maybe they don't want to put a mask on properly. Maybe they're just rude. They want you to speed, break traffic laws to get them to work because they're in a rush and they're behind. You're picking up drunk people from a bar that just, their inhibitions are, they're just drunk and crazy and belligerent. They're arguing in the back. You don't have that with food delivery. You have other things. You got merchants to deal with, and you will have rude customers from time to time. But at the end of the day, you don't have a rude customer that is literally 3 feet from you. Reason number 7, overall, drivers just feel safer all around. Drivers went from rideshare to food delivery for some safety issues. You guys see some news stories out there. Terrible things can happen with rideshare. People are right here. You're not going to have that as much with the food delivery apps. Now with platforms like Lyft and Uber and rideshare, your car has to be newer. It doesn't have to be brand new, but it can't be old. So some people that might have been, their car might have exceeded that time limit, that threshold of the years, and it became not possible to dash in that car or do rideshare in that car. Now they can go to food delivery, because food delivery, you got to submit documentation, but you could be in a beater of a car and deliver food as long as it's functioning, right? With rideshare, there are more parameters with that, so some people shifted over for that reason. This was kind of funny as well. No answering dumb questions from passengers. You will get, listen, I'm going to give you a standard thing for a lot of customers that get in the car. Do you like doing rideshare? How long have you been doing rideshare? Why are you doing rideshare? What's your craziest story? You're going to get that. And it's like answering like a 4-year-old, like it says, very repetitive questions. You might do 20 pickups and you'll get that half the time, and you're just having the same conversation, answering the same questions. It can be a little mundane and boring. Reason number 10, the need to not feel like you need to keep your car as clean. Now, when you're doing food delivery, you should have a good interior cleanliness, because customers might see your car. Plus, it's just nice to work in a clean environment. With the rideshare, it's like a must. You know, you could pick people up in a nasty automobile with dog hair everywhere and things like that, and you're not going to get rated well, and customers aren't going to tip you, and So with rideshare, your car's got to be clean inside and out. Food delivery, the pressure's not there as much to keep a clean, pristine car. So that was the 10th reason. There is one honorable mention, and then we're going to wrap this video up. So the honorable mention, which I thought was maybe better than some of the other ones, more exercise. When you're doing rideshare, you're in your car. I did it. Not for a long time, but I did. I've done a lot of trips. You're in your car. Your butt's in your seat. With food delivery, you're getting out, going to merchants, you're on your feet, you're dropping food off. There is a lot more exercise and movement. Call it exercise, whatever word you want to use. Your body's in motion. With the rideshare, not as much motion. What did y'all think of those items? Was there something that you would have put in there? Is there a different reason that you went from rideshare to food delivery that we didn't talk about? Put the comments down below. Also, check the links in the description if you want to sign up for rideshare or food delivery in your market. Could be a good way to make some side money hustle. Some side money. It's I've done it. I preach it. I think these apps are great to use them as a stepping stone to build towards something else if you've got some short-term or long-term goals. Put some comments down below. How long have you guys been doing rideshare? Did you make the switch to food delivery? You guys are fantastic. I'll see you on the next video.